Hey y'all, I'm Elisa,
And I'm Samantha.
and welcome to Watch for Deer. It's so awkward.
This has been for 2.5 hours. Yeah, 2.5 hours now. I have sat here and listened to her complain, bitch, and moan because the programming that we're using. And that was weird that you stared right in the camera when you took a drink of that. That was just weird. You're like, don't do that. You're supposed to ignore the camera. Don't spit on the laptop. You just bought it. Spit that way. She can't get the program up and running, and there was a couple times that I was actually afraid to even talk or suggest things because she was so livid. You were legit as mad as I had seen you, and I think maybe you need some anger management. Maybe I just
have a problem with things that don't work correctly.
Well, here's the thing, though, Lisa. Does it not work correctly, or do you just not know what you're doing?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
So,
Anywho, here we are.
yeah.
I mean, it'll probably be a short episode today because we are still trying to work out the bugs and trying to get this going to where we can have video and we can do TikToks and we can do, YouTube channel and all the things,
Yeah, just trying to figure it out. I actually tried to get Elisa to call in sick one day this week. And then we could just spend the day working on it.
Just working on it.
And I was like, just call your boss and be like, oh, I'm sick. And she's too responsible.
Yeah, I can't do that. Especially not tomorrow. I have responsibilities. I'm adulting tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. So what's going on, Lisa? How's your week been so far? I mean, it's just Monday. Why are you making that face for? What the hell? What's wrong with you? I think you need to remember that we're on camera now. What are you doing?
This is going to be so bad.
It's gonna be so bad. She's sitting there with her cheeks blowed up like she's blowing glass. And just literally had her head hanging down. What are you doing?
I'm not used to being the center of attention.
Well, keep making faces like that and you surely will be. Lisa.
Sorry.
That is trashy.
Nasty girl.
It's trashy. His coffee's delicious.
But anywho, yeah, it is.
It's good coffee.
So
So, what are we talking about today, Elisa?
I figured we would bring you all,
Hold on. Time out. There's two things that I want to tell. First, I want to tell a little story about just being a wife and how annoying I am. But first of all, when we were recording this, Clinton, your husband, is sitting like back in the basement. We've moved locations. We're not recording at my house because the internet sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jade. I know we need to get Starlink, but that stuff's expensive. So right now, we've moved to a better location.
we are always looking for sponsors.
Sponsors for internet.
Sponsors for internet.
Yeah.
Just the basics.
Just the basics. But anywho, and you ask Clinton something, and he yells back, I don't know what to tell you, sis. And that bothered me. Your husband called you. I know in West Virginia that we are misjudged and said that we're inbred all the time. But now I tell you, when he called you sis, that bothered me. Like, I don't know how you kiss him on the lips after he said that.
I just do. He's hot.
I just go file the papers tomorrow.
No.
I'd go file the papers
He
tomorrow.
calls me sissy.
So, anyways,
Anywho.
a little story about yesterday. I'm watching the weather, and our weather guy, Spencer Aggins, I watch him on Facebook all the time. And I have the WOWK radar app on my phone. And there's a storm coming in. My nose is itching. Hold on. Scratch, scratch.
You know you're on video now.
I'm a human being. My nose itches. I scratch it. Anyways, so I'm watching the radar like crazy, and I'm telling Scott, I'm like, I think, that it may rain. Like there's a storm coming in. Spencer Aggins is saying, hey, there's a storm coming in, it's probably going to, hit the tri-state and all this stuff. Scott's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. I'm like, Scott, there's a storm coming in. We have to throw the tarp over the Jeep. Let me tell you how I have a garage. So I have a 2-story house, and my porch is just like a concrete pad. I don't have a garage.
No.
But I don't, in the summertime, I never put the top or the doors on my Jeep. Always off.
It's always naked.
Always off. My Jeep is always naked as a jaybird.
Always naked.
So when there's a storm coming in, I back my Jeep up underneath the porch. But now you have to realize that the porch top is like 20 feet high.
Yeah, it's yeah.
So
like
then
big
I
white
throw,
columns, fancy schmancy.
then I throw a tarp over it. That's my redneck
But that's
garage.
not schmancy.
That's my redneck garage. So yesterday it didn't have a tarp on it, and we're going back and forth. Well, he goes into the bathroom. I'm watching the weather. He's like, it's not going to rain. It's not going to rain. I'm like, it's going to rain. So he's in the bathroom. He's taking a shower. I go throw the tarp on the Jeep. He usually helps me because it's kind of hard. Well, when he comes back out, I'm showing him the radar, and I'm like, look, the radar is showing that the rain will be here in like 10 minutes. He goes, I'll go put the tarp on the Jeep. And he walks out the door and he looks and he goes, well, you already put the tarp on the Jeep. What's the problem? I said, there is no problem, Scott. I just want you to admit that I'm right. That's it. I don't need your help for the tarp on the Jeep. I just want you to know that I was right and you were wrong. And then it came the crappiest little rain shower. Like, it's so hot outside, it just dissipated. As soon as it hit the ground, it didn't even do anything.
Yeah,
but still.
it leaves as quick as it came. Okay, so today I figured we would have a conversation on the paranormal.
I love these.
And I really wanted to kind of discuss the Fifth Street Ghost, which is a local ghost story right here from Huntington, West Virginia. It's, we'll kind of discuss the history behind it. So the legend goes that in the 1940s, there was a young bride, and she was in the car with her parents and her soon-to-be fiance. And they were all headed to Wayne,
Were they?
They were headed out to Wayne, coming out Wayne, to get married at the courthouse.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So,
Were they, though?
yeah. So it was a perfect day. And on the way back home, it starts to rain. So it starts to rain. And everybody knows, if you are driving on a road and it hasn't rained in a while, it can make it really slick.
Sure.
Really slick, really dangerous with all the road grime and the oil. Well, right at the foot of Fifth Street Hill, right before the bridge that leads into Huntington, the car wrecks, it overturns, and it kills the bride on her wedding day. So, ever since early in spring and only during rainy nights, the bride reappears on Fifth Street Hill. She stands on top wearing her, her white dress, and she'll thumb a ride from those who pass by.
Yeah.
So, obviously, I mean, you probably don't want to pick up a hitchhiker nowadays because you get murdered.
Yeah. This is not a promo to pick up hitchhikers.
Don't pick up hitchhikers. Don't do it. But, back in the 40s, 50s, it was common. It was a common thing. So, seeing this young girl in the rain, people would stop and they would pick her up. Well, as they'd start to make their way down the hill, they would turn around or look in the rear view and she'd be gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
Is that the story? Is that the whole story?
That's the legend.
Okay.
So, there's a newspaper account that happened October 30th in 1940. They published the first account of the lady in white. A cab driver was on his way from a dance hall, and it was about 4:30 a.m. He said that he got to the top of Fifth Street Hill, and the girl kind of held the cab. So he stopped. He opened the door. She got in. He said it was cold. She didn't have a coat or a jacket or anything. He said just like a skirt and a thin blouse. He said, I thought it was really weird that she just had on these non-appropriate clothing for weather.
Well, I would think in 1940s you weren't allowed to show your kneecaps anyway.
That's right. You ain't showing your shoulders.
No.
And he told her, he's like, it's pretty cold out without a coat. And he said that she replied, I haven't worn a coat for 9 or 10 years. And he asked the girl where she was going, and she said, just let her off at the bottom of the hill. So he drove down the hill about 20-25 miles
Hold
an
on
hour.
now. Bottom of the hill, like towards Ritter Park?
Yeah, towards Ritter Park, right at the
Okay.
bridge.
Okay.
So you're coming down 5th Street Hill, comes
Yeah,
down
okay.
into Huntington. Huntington's kind of in a valley. So he comes down the hill, and he stops at the foot of the hill,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a big bridge there, and that little creek, I don't know what the name of the creek is. And he said that he stopped by the house down there. There's I think it's a brick house right there on the left. There's a little house up on the right. He said he stopped there. Turned around to ask her for a fare, and he said she was gone.
So not only she's a ghost, she's a damn thief.
She didn't pay for her ride. But he said, I instantly thought that maybe she had fainted, fell in the seat. He turned around, looked, nobody was there. He looked back in the road. He couldn't see anybody. She hadn't got out. And so he goes back to the road, can't see anybody, and drives back to his headquarters. And he tells his dispatcher, he was like, hey, I've just been gypped out of a quarter. And
I've just been chipped out of a quarter.
That's
Shut
so-
up.
that's so-
Elisa, shut up.
it's the 40s. Quarter get you a ride.
I swear, times are so bad right now. I would want my quarter also. I don't blame him.
No.
1940 is right at 1924 now. I'd be like, you know what? You jipped me out of a quarter.
I need my quarter back.
I use my McDonald's app for like 10 cents off
Yeah.
or whatever you can get. Like
Yeah,
legit.
religious.
Yeah, because hey, I just jipped out of my quarter. I
Gypped.
just need that on a t-shirt.
I just been gypped out of a quarter.
This ghost just jipped me out of a quarter.
But
Oh God, I'm sorry. It's so dumb.
I mean, that's
I'd be mad too.
You'd be so mad. You worked hard for that quarter, But he said that he had told his dispatcher that, he'd just been chipped out of a quarter. And he ended up saying, I heard that, the same thing happened to a Yellow-Cab driver about a year or so, right in the same place. So he calls the Yellow-Cab office and he asked them about it. And they said, yeah, said that happened to one of our guys. So we also have a couple of local eyewitness accounts that I wanted to we wanted to discuss and kind of tell you guys about.
Yeah.
So do you want to go? You want to go first?
I mean,
You
I
have
can.
one?
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
it's not like, so we got one eyewitness account and she told me her story. She did ask me not to mention her name. So I'm not going to mention her name. And I can understand why you wouldn't want your name mentioned to this
Yeah.
because people probably think that you cray.
You're crazy.
You crazy.
Go get your check.
So, but she swore to it. Her husband saw it too. So what they said is also, time out. If you hear children, we're in her basement. The
Yeah.
garage door's right here and they're outside playing. So
And
that's what.
The little kids are outside.
They're outside
Yeah.
playing, yeah.
They're
So,
screaming. Sorry.
yeah. So if you can hear that.
Sorry.
Anyways, back to the cray person
Yeah.
that told the
Continue.
story.
Yeah.
She said that her and her husband were coming back. It was raining outside. She actually had heard of this story years and years ago. Her friend had a Ouija board and tried. And I know. Listen. I am aware of how we feel about a Ouija board or how I feel. But her friend had a Ouija board.
No
and
Ouija, Luigi.
She wanted to talk to the Fish Tree Hill ghost. And so our friend, let's make up a name for her because I'm going to end up saying her name that told us this story and I don't want to. So I'm going to say Sarah.
Okay.
That's not her real name. So Sarah told us that since her friend was doing that, she was like, no, I don't want any part of it. But Sarah's friend had actually told her the story of the Fish Tree Hill ghost. Until that, Sarah did not know anything about it. Well, time goes on. Sarah gets married, blah, blah, blah. She's coming down Fish Tree Hill. Her husband says, did you see that? And it's raining outside. And she goes, oh my God. And he was like, yeah. And then they looked in the rearview mirror and she was gone. And they thought it was very weird to see a woman standing in white on the side of the road. And Sarah's husband, when Sarah was like, hey, I know what that was, maybe that Fish Tree Hill ghost or however, it came about. Her husband, Bobby Joe, we'll use Bobby Joe. Bobby Joe,
Gentry, the homecoming queen.
no, he's a man.
Oh.
Sarah likes men. and her husband's a man.
Okay.
Okay. But anyways, Bobby Joe was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So she told him the story of the Fish Tree Hill ghost. And they said they saw it. And I asked her, I said, did it look like a ghost, like an apparition?
Apparition?
Sure.
Apparatus.
Whatever it is. We're good. Did it look like that? She's like, well, I couldn't see through it. I couldn't see through her. And she goes, it looked like a person standing there, like a legit human girl standing there. But as soon as they passed, they looked back and she was gone. Now, I don't believe Sarah's lying about this. I believe that Sarah, and for me to say this is really saying something.
It's saying a lot because she's a skeptic.
Here, I believe that Sarah did see something that night when I was talking to her. I believe that she saw it. I believe that she looked back in the mirror, and I believe that whatever she saw was gone. Now, ask me, Elisa, if I think she saw the Fifth Street Hill ghost.
Do you think it was the ghost?
No, Elisa, I don't think it was the ghost. And I tell you why. First of all, this story doesn't even add up. It doesn't even add up a little bit. What was the woman's name who got married and got killed? What was the cab driver's name?
I don't know. I have actually tried to research vital statistics to find in Cabell County and Wayne County to try and find a recorded accident, death, and marriage within the same day in Cabell and Wayne within this time period, give or take a couple decades,
Yeah.
Thinking time frame may be a little off.
I think that there's too many people who have this account that have seen this woman. There's a ton of people out there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that there's people that's going to listen to this that may be local. And people that are listening to this that are not local, please do not judge us by the Fish Street Ghost.
Right.
Because we can't help it. But I think there's a lot of people that have actually seen something there. I really do believe that. I believe that it's college kids playing a prank.
It's just so funny that you mentioned that, because when we posted that we were going to cover this story, I actually have one that someone had messaged me, and she told me I could use the names of all parties involved.
Oh, you're going to read it?
I'm going to read it.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I also have another eyewitness account of some people that I know personally, that I was told back in the early summer of the story. They do not want their names mentioned because they've not really ever talked about it.
Well, here's the thing. I think that a lot of people, they don't want their names mentioned because the one person, Sarah and Bobby Joe, that I spoke with, I actually asked them to call in or to sit with us or to Zoom in or something. And they were like, no. And she laughed. She was like, no. Because there's so much stigma behind this.
There is.
And it's stigma really caused by people like me. I realize what I'm doing.
You are the problem, ma'am.
I think that they saw something because I think there's a prank going on. I do think that it's a prank.
What I wanted to say was, when we posted about it, there was a lady on a thread that it had come up on, and she said that she had actually played a prank and the police were called.
Well, looky there.
And she said,
what I'm saying.
So,
I think that college kids, they get out, they hear this story, they start drinking. They're like, hey, let's put a white dress on, let's stand there. And then you drive by super fast.
Here's the thing.
It's raining, and you've scared the absolute mortal crap out of somebody.
Don't do that, though, because let me tell you what's going to happen. Your drunk hind is going to end up getting the driver distracted, and you're going to be dead.
Yeah,
don't do that. That's dangerous.
It's not cool, but that's the only reality that I think. But maybe your first hand of counsel changed my mind. So, please.
I'll go ahead and I'll start with this one.
Okay.
So this one is from Brenda. She said I can use the names of everyone involved.
Do I know Brenda?
We'll see after this.
You can't you can't use a last name.
I'm not going to use the last name.
Okay.
It was 20 years ago.
Why are we not calling Brenda out?
I just said Brenda.
No, I mean you know how I feel about Brenda.
This is not the same Brenda.
Okay.
Brenda.
Oh,
Brenda.
It makes me so mad what Brenda did.
Go listen to episode 3. You'll thank me later.
So mad what Brenda did.
So it was 20 years ago. My grandson Alex, my nephew Dalton, and niece Whitley, and me were going into Huntington. It was pouring the rain, and I actually started telling them the story about the bride and in the straight stretch before the speedway. So this is a little bit on up the road.
Okay.
By a mile and a half.
Okay.
Probably. She said there she was, a woman with a long white dress, long brown hair, walking towards us.
What? Okay.
black where her eyes should be.
No, Elisa.
The kids
That's
all
a demon.
screamed.
We've talked about this. That is a demon.
I was so startled. I looked out of the side mirror after we passed her, and she was gone.
Demon.
She said the kids remember it to this day. She said, I thought it was just a scary story that people told until that moment we really saw her. I agree. Go back and go listen, to the episode, I think 2 or 3 episodes back, like 40 or 41. We discussed Ed and Lorraine Warren, and we talked about the black eyes and how that's the first sign of it being demonic.
If that is legit what she saw, like if she actually did see, that black holes in her eye. No, that's a totally
that gives
different
me chills.
thing.
I don't like that.
That's a totally different thing.
Yeah, that's different than a ghosty. But we kind of discussed that in the prior episode, so go check that one out. So the next story, I'm gonna try to remember it because we just had a conversation, sitting, one day chatting, and I asked her to send it to me, and life gets busy, so I'm gonna try to remember it. And if I don't remember it to the T, sorry.
I just make up stuff. It's not like our audience knows that we're not making it up.
So
I'm just joking.
So, she said that her husband had actually seen it coming home from work one night. He worked in Huntington, and a coworker was actually following him out of Huntington, on 5th Street Hill, following it out of Huntington, and he passes her, and he looks in the rearview mirror, and he sees his coworker stop, and he sees the door kind of open, and he said she gets in, and he goes home.
What? Hold on. Go
home.
back. Wait, go back. I just need you to go.
Okay.
I think I blacked out for 10 seconds.
I think you may have.
Well, my ears started itching.
Okay. You focused?
Yeah, go back.
Or do you need to scratch?
No, I scratched. Go ahead.
Okay. So, said gentleman, husband, was driving up 5th Street Hill.
Now, these people want to stay anonymous.
They
You're
do.
just not, you know their names.
I do, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I do, yes. I do know their names. Said that her husband was coming home from work, works in Huntington. A coworker was coming home behind him. 2 separate cars. He says he passes the ghost, sees her on the side of the road. He passes by. He said, but he does notice that his coworker behind him, but he didn't know it was his coworker at the time, stops behind him. He says you could see, the reflection of the door open and shut, and they go on. He goes on home. He comes in the next day, and he asked, he was like, did you see the girl? He's like, yeah, I stopped and picked her up, man. He was like, but I was like, I got to top the hill, and she was gone. She's gone.
Elisa,
I'm just telling you what I was saying. What I said, I'm just telling you.
I just feel like maybe I shouldn't even put my opinion on here because I'm going to have all of Wayne and Cabell County pissed off at me. I'm such a skeptic. I'm just such a skeptic that I just find that hard. I just find that so hard to believe. But also, I know that there can't be maybe that many liars out there. So what was it?
I don't know.
What was it? I mean, okay, so if you see the ghost and you pass by or whatever, I think that it's some college kids playing pranks. But if you're going to tell me that you rolled on up and she jumps on in the car and gyps you 25 cents.
Gyps you a quarter.
Like...
I'd be like, where's my quarter out?
I'm just saying, like, I don't
know.
Why is there so many stories like that? People say this, like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. It makes me angry.
Maybe one night when it's cool and rainy,
we will not.
We need
Maybe
to go.
we won't. I can tell you what we won't do.
We just need to go drive up and down 5th Street.
I just don't want to. Also, we're in a drought right now. It is.
But you don't believe.
Listen, it is 98 degrees. It has not rained here in forever. It is hotter than Satan's backside.
It's hotter than hell.
Oh, it's so hot.
So hot. But yeah, so that's that's kind of the story of our 5th Street ghost.
I just don't I just can't not wrap my mind around that being a thing that actually happened.
I don't know. I mean, well,
maybe it did. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody had said to me once, or maybe I read it somewhere, or maybe I heard it somewhere. Anyways, it's in my brain. Somebody said one time, I don't know if they said it to me, I don't know if I read it, or I don't know if I saw it on a video.
On a TV.
But somebody spit these words out of their mouth.
Fake book.
They said, how can you believe in God if you don't believe in the supernatural stuff?
I mean,
how can you? And I'm like, I don't know. And that's good. That got
that's
me
a
to
good
thinking.
point. Yeah.
That got me to thinking. I'm So that made me think a little bit. Maybe I am such a skeptic because I'm guarding myself.
Maybe.
What do you all think? Do you think that, do you believe in this stuff? Even if you haven't ever seen anything? Because I think that there's a reason for everything.
There is.
But I think anything can be explained. But other than saying someone is not, they are a non-truth teller with the getting in a car and disappearing, right? Mm-hmm. Like if you hear somebody yell your name because you know in Appalachia, if you're outside in the dark, somebody yells your name, you do not answer it.
No.
But that could just be your brain. Because I've heard that. And we talked about that before.
We did
I have heard that before. I've gotten out of the
episode.
car, heard somebody yell Samantha, turned around. There was nobody there. And it was as plain as day. There was nobody there. And I yelled, what? It was so plain that I turned around and yelled, what? It was like midnight. I realized that I had just answered what you're not supposed to answer. And I ran in the house.
Well, let me ask you a question. What about the ghost that was doing laundry in the basement?
Oh, the other night?
Yeah, the other night.
I think that was just a cat. It still freaked me out. But that's what I'm saying. Like, everything can be...
Could potentially be
That's what I'm...
explained
everything
away.
can be explained away. But other than somebody's just not telling the truth, and I'm not saying these people are lying. I'm just saying either... A, it's a ghost. It is the legit Fish Street Hill ghost with there's no name or anything.
Right, I couldn't find a record.
That's what I'm saying. You can't find a record on it. And also, back a long time ago, I had read up about this because I've always been fascinated with this stuff.
Yeah.
There's a 5th Street Hill. It's not always 5th Street Hill, but there's always a bride in every single
In every town, every city.
They got killed on her wedding night in the rain. Mm-hmm. And if you go back... Some of them are like, if you go back to the date on the full moon, if it's raining and it's a full moon, you'll see her. Mm-hmm. Or if you go back every night on the night she got killed. But here's the things that always are the same, and it's the same with our Fish Street Hill ghost. 1, there's never a name.
No.
There's never a name with it.
No.
And
no
2,
record.
It's just complete horse. Horse. Horse.
All horse.
All horse.
All horse.
It's just complete horse. I don't know. I don't know. I just hate to be so skeptical because I don't want to offend people or make them mad, but that's just...
I think that's the beauty in our podcast is I'm very open-minded about things, and I try to look at everything with an open mind, whereas you no.
I'm very scientific.
You shut it down right
I'm very
now.
scientific.
I just think there's a lot out there that we don't know, and there's a lot that can't be explained.
Yeah, so right now, take a couple seconds and think to yourself, has anything ever happened to you? Mm-hmm. And if you actually legit could explain it away. I mean,
yeah.
I heard somebody yell my name. For a fact, I heard that.
Yeah.
I believe that it was my mind playing tricks on me. It was so quiet outside, but I did yell what? But I believe that it was my... So whatever you saw, can you explain it away?
Yeah. I can't think of any incidents that I personally have had, but I do know someone who has a whole treasure trove of stories.
Is it Robin?
And yes,
she's going to scare the crap out of us.
She's terrifying. I shouldn't say she's terrifying. She can be terrifying with her storytelling. She's a great storyteller, and I would really, really, really like to get her to come on the podcast.
Think she should
because
come in October.
She is amazing. We may do like a month of like spooky.
Because we have a lot coming up.
We do have a lot.
I'm working on such a good story.
I'm
working on such a good story.
3-4 stories that I'm writing now. We've reached out to a couple people for a couple guests. So we're trying to really like push the podcast in like a whole new direction. So yeah, that's fun. Mm-hmm. It's a lot. It's busy.
So on my Facebook, I had posted a picture of you. And it's when you were angry at the beginning of this. And I mean, you were really upset. But I posted on there, I don't think I've ever seen her this mad. And I put hashtag we need a producer and hashtag watch for dear podcast.
Yeah.
And we had some people on there and they were like, love your podcast, love your podcast. So I love when people do that.
I do too. Yeah. It's
like
pretty
that
cool.
really.
I just started it because I thought it would be fun and we like to tell stories and research because I'm a dork. And as long as other people are loving it, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we do it for fun because it's fun.
It is.
So
It really is for fun.
you should come be a guest because it's fun.
Yeah, you can come be a guest if you want to email Elisa, or you can get a hold of me through Messenger on Facebook. You can find
Just
me.
reach out if you got a cool story. It doesn't have to be a ghost or a murder. If you've got, I don't know, you was almost kidnapped. I don't know.
Oh,
something,
Lord.
something cool.
Oh, that's not cool.
Okay,
What the hell? That is terrifying.
No, I mean something interesting. Sorry,
no.
cool was a bad choice of words.
Did somebody chase you down the road with a butcher knife? That's pretty cool.
That's
Tell
so
us about
cool.
it.
Tell
No.
us about it.
No.
That is cool.
There's something wrong with your brain.
Probably. But anyways, you can DM us or email us at watchfordearpodcast@gmail.com. Go follow the Facebook page and the TikTok. I'm currently really trying really hard on my personal page to get TikTok rolling and
Well, I
get
tell you,
used to
you posted a TikTok last night, and I actually posted on there. I was like, no, ma'am.
No,
because
ma'am.
I think it was borderline not appropriate. Is what it was. And you didn't do anything, but it was
I
the
didn't do
song that you were
nothing.
singing. It was the song you were singing, and I was like, that's a lot. And I put on there, no, ma'am.
She went,
because-
no, ma'am. And I was like, you weren't here to rein me in.
No.
So that's what happened.
No, no, ma'am.
That's what happened.
And it was like something about when Clinton turns his hat around backwards.
Oh,
You think he's super cute when he
yeah.
does that, but it was the way that you did it, and I was like, no, that's not okay.
Go match my freak.
I tell you what, if my husband called me sis, shut it down right then.
He matches my freak.
There's something wrong with you.
So go like and follow Facebook page, the TikTok, Instagram. Be sure to hit the follow button on Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, wherever you listen, wherever you get your podcasts, and rate us. For all that is wonderful and beautiful in life, give us a rating because it does.